What's going on, guys? This is Disaster Caster, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. Now, I had previously started recording a while back. Well, not that far back, but like a couple hours ago. But it crashed on me while I was just doing the intro, so I had to stop and like update my streaming and recording programs while that got all sorted out. And while that was happening, I found out that in fact in this game the third date pretty much seals the deal with whichever dad I want to go with. So once I choose between Matt, Damien, and Robert, which dad I go on a third date with, that's it. It won't let me go back and do the third date with the other two at the same time. So that'll pretty much be it. I mean, of course, I can go back and replay the game and do the third date with them just to see how things go, which I might do, but it's gonna have to be at a later time. Because I'm kind of curious to how things go. Obviously, our last date with Robert, which was in the last video, it ended kind of on a personal note with him talking about being a good father. Now, I know he's a dad in this. Well, obviously, he has to be a dad in this game because he's considered a daddy, but we have never heard nor seen mention of his kid. And of course, me trying to avoid all spoilers in this game. I don't know what his kid looks like. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl or what. We've never even seen his kid. I don't know how old they are or what, but I've completely forgot about the fact that he probably does have a kid. They could be in college, they could be in elementary school. I don't know. Because he seems like he lives on his own or something. I don't know. But based on like our ratings with all three dads, it seems like Robert would be the best choice because everyone else I got A's. Like Damien, I got 2 A's. Matt, I got an A and a B, and Robert, I got an A and S. And if we're going by basic video game rating systems, S is the highest you can get, which would probably be Savage or something like that. Now, with Matt, his was more relatable and a bit more personal, which I can relate with. And going based on our dad's backstory, with like losing a loved one and having to raise a kid by ourselves, it seems like Matt would probably be a bit of a better choice. He seems more down to earth and things like that. But at the same time, for me personally, if I had to go on just who I liked better personally, I would have to say Damien. Because yeah, he's a gentleman and he is a bit strange the way he goes about doing things and whatnot. But at the same time, it's pretty charming the way he is. So, from this point on, once I choose a third date between these three, there's no going back. As far as the game is concerned, that third date is serious, and it's going straight from there. And after realizing this when I first tried doing the recording last time and thinking about it, I decided I'm going to go with Damien for the third date and continue on with him. You know what they say about third dates, they get pretty serious. Are you sure this is your dream, Daddy? I'm sure. Now, eventually, I will go back, and I will go on dates, or the third date with the other two at some point. I can't say when. I honestly can't even say if it'll be this month, next month. I don't know when. I will eventually get back to it. I don't know. I just don't know when. But for now, I'm just going to continue with this game. This very could be the last video, if I didn't say that already. If I already said that, then I'm sorry. I'm mumbling a lot. I also want to apologize. I am recovering from a cold. So if my voice sounds nasally or strained, anything like that, if you hear a little bits of sniffling, I'm trying to turn away from the mic when I do that, but I'm recovering from a cold, so I hope it doesn't become too much of an issue while I'm recording again. Now, ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him that he insisted we only communicated by post instead of through Dadbook. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings he used to steal from my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Oh, that's sweet. So it seems, if I had to guess a time frame from the beginning of the game till now, I would have to say it's been at minimum 2-3 months, maybe? That's just me randomly assuming. I don't know what time of the school year it is. If I could assume, if I knew what time of school year it was, then this would be easier. I'm gonna assume that it's been 2-3 months, but we don't even have an idea of what seasons went through besides the fact that it's obviously spring it's summer-ish time. Maybe just getting out of fall, I don't know. Hang out with that goth dad again. Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes, be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda, I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Aww.
Turn into a bat. I don't think... What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat? One of those. While I'm out, you can throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die. That would be great. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of vampires, but I honestly don't prefer a lot of the original myths and lores with them. I think garlic bread being possibly one of them. And whatnot. Let's continue on with the game. I don't need to start rambling about myths and monsters and mythical creatures and all that. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cape, I mean cloak. He hates it when people call it cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it makes sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, that was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I can't argue with him on that. I really can't. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned it in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life, or something? I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe the only manageable way to cope with it is just to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's a single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I am going to die. You are going to die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborately staged photographs of their dead relatives. Okay, I know what he's talking about here. There's a specific name for it, and I'm gonna have to jump away from the game so I can talk about it real quick, because I did look it up at some point before I even heard of this game, or long before this game was in development. I can't think of the word. I think it's, I don't know, but it involves basically in the Victorian era, not just in the Victorian era, where loved ones would die, and to help preserve their memory, they would dress them up in elaborate costumes, or they pose them with other people. And I'm not exaggerating on this. I know there is a name for it, it's just not coming to me right now. But basically, like, they could take, like, if you lost your child, they may dress the child up, and if that child had siblings, they would put them all on the porch together, so you have the live siblings with the dead sibling, and they would all be posing for a picture as if the other child was alive. And usually in those photos, they would try and make it appear like the dead relative is just asleep or something. And it's really kind of creepy. It's like post-mortem photos. I think that's what they're called. You have to look it up. I bet you can find pictures of it on YouTube, because this is where I found out about it, on YouTube. But I know what he's talking about. You guys should look it up. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but like, I found it interesting when I looked it up. The minuet of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself, because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel, but it is at all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think, it is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Wow, that's beautiful. That really is beautiful. I'm not just reading that loud. That is kind of beautiful, his view on it. I mean, personally, I know a lot of people who are afraid of death, and with good reason, because they don't know what's going to happen on the other side. But his view on it is beautiful. I can see the moonlight in the bay glint off Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turned into the harbor and watched ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I looked at Damien again and can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry, I have to take... Oh! Were we gonna try and kiss him before his phone went off? Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. I know. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucien again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay?
What?
There's an emergency. Is it your son? I bet it is. Lucien? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh, okay. Is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Okay, so is it a family emergency, friend emergency? I'm wondering what it is. Then come, there isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a rundown building on the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. What is this? Are we in a department store? I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Oh, we're in a vet's clinic! Okay, I just noticed behind Damien there's these kennels, like these little cages right here. If you guys can see my cruiser, I'm circling them. But yeah, okay, so it looks like we're in some type of vet's clinic or something. I don't think, based on just how it looks in the background, I would say it's not abandoned. It's just empty, or maybe it's a fake stage. I don't know. But it looks like we're in a vet's clinic or something like that. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks off down the corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of the seemingly empty building. Yep, and safety gates. So we're in a vet's clinic, or we're in a shelter, or something to do with animals, obviously, because I mean, there's a safety gate. Obviously, it could be used for kids, but the fact that there are kennels here tells me that it has to do with animals. Distant howls echo from someplace I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like claws on top. Yep, I'm right. It's animals. It's like a shelter or a vet's clinic or something, but there's something to do with animals. I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and scurry up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff the air. What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly, the light shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I can get out. I swim through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Hey, what are you doing here? Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. It is an animal shelter! Which still begs the question, why are you here? Maybe she's either volunteering or she's getting an animal. Obviously. What? We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteer at an animal shelter. Wow. Okay, kid, way to put me in a box. Dames, you hear this baloney? Dames? Just one moment. Damie! Oh, okay. That's a cute little nickname for him, Dames. That's still cute. So, we're at an animal shelter. Thunder cracks and the door bursts open. Appearing from the shadows, I see Damien. Well, that was a dramatic entrance. That was beyond dramatic. Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. I wear tennis shoes to work and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. You are not boring in the slightest. I mean, I don't even know where to start with you, but you are beyond interesting. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and Goth's lifestyle. That much is true. It's just not all that I am. I need you to know that. Oh, I hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attending to.
Oh my.
Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia? She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors and now she's unstoppable. When did she get out? This morning, I went to go to sing sea shanties to the cats, and when I came back, she had already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off to the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Disaster. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh, I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. Oh man, I'm Nerd's house? Okay, so shelter. There's an aquarium. We never went to the aquarium. The ocean or whatever, and there's a lighthouse. I'm assuming we go to the aquarium with another dad for a date. Softball field, obviously that has to do with Craig. And there's Coffee Spoon. Mario Batali. Kale, obviously I'm going to assume Kale is Craig. Coffee Dad, Matt. Nerd's house. Okay, so this is where I am. So obviously I'm in the middle. I'm in between Matt, Mary's sick Pat. I'm in between Matt and Joseph. Smalls. Robert. Damien. Craig. Mario Batali, and other Nerd's house. So one of these is Hugo and the other one is Brian. I'm gonna say Brian and Hugo. No, wait, I would say Hugo then Brian, because other Nerd's house I'm gonna have to assume is Hugo. You see, she messed up north, east, and west somehow, but okay. But yeah, this is an interesting house. At least you're not the other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first? Cul-de-sac, Coffee Spoon, Softball Field, Bayside, Aquarium. Aquarium? Because I want to go to the aquarium. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving toward town. I look over to him. He seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find a Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. It was a really great year for Bark Bark Bark. I don't know. What do you think our odds are to test? I don't understand that joke, if that was a joke. Just be easy, gotta stay positive, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Yeah. But lo, look upon God's creation, and wrench with horror at what he hath forsaken. Hell is empty, and the devils are all here. Aw. Nice. I thought that would cheer you up. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. Penguins! Damien and I stopped by the aquarium. Everything looks in order here, but might have to get out of the car and take a look. You seen anything? No dog here, not even any sign of her. Did you know that penguins are considered the goths of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Cul-de-sac, Coffee Spoon, Softball Field, or Bayside? Softball Field. I'm gonna go with the place we haven't been yet. We drive to the softball field. It looks like Craig's team is practicing. I wonder if any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over. Softball bat slung over his shoulder. Hey bros, what's up? I hope you're not playing while you have Rivers attached to you. I really hope you're not trying to swing a bat and play softball while you have your baby attached to you. Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog around here, have you? One escaped from the animal shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something. Girls! Hi, Amanda's dad. Briar and Hazel. Hi, Lucian's dad. So, is that one Briar and that one's Hazel? I don't know. It's gonna be hard to guess. But apparently these are his twins. We have names. Girls, have you seen any dogs around? There's a big dog here just a few minutes ago. I don't think she had an owner, but really wanted to play. We tried to play fetch with her, but she just took the softball and ran. Okay, yeah, so this is Hazel, and that's Briar. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. Here, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Okay. I was already at softball still, so I'm gonna go with the Bayside. We arrived back at the Bayside. Just like old times, eh? I remember it as if it were yesterday. I mean, earlier today. So what do you think? Any sight of the pooch? None yet, although who knows if she made it to any of these ships. Duchess would do that? I wouldn't put it past her to know how to navigate in rough seas and without a compass. Very smart. Obviously, this is an extremely smart dog. Not a very smart dog, an extremely smart dog. Pops? Oh, it's Amanda. Our daughter's here. Damien and I turn to see my daughter. Amanda, what are you doing here? Did you think I would just stay inside all day, vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Oh, sorry. What are you doing? I'm heading home to go veg on the couch and watch TV. Had to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog around here? Oh, you bet. I saw a Pomeranian with a bow around his neck. I saw a big old Doberman named Henry. There was a stroller full of Yorkies, a Greyhound, a Golden Retriever. Did you see a Mastiff? Okay, now they tell us what kind of dog it is, and it's a Mastiff. I wish they could have said that. Because I'm just saying, like, we're just looking for some random dog, and no one's saying what kind of dog it is, but at least, hey, now we know it's a Mastiff. That's great. No dice. I would definitely have remembered that. I gotta run, though. This reel has about 10 minutes before the cheese breaks down the molecular structure of the tortilla and makes it all soggy. You understand. I do? Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Castor. Let's go to the coffee spoon, then the cul-de-sac. If I had to guess, I'm going to assume the game is going to have the dog in the very last place we check, or is going to have us go back to one of the previous places we went to already. And since the aquarium is out, it seems like it's either going to be the Bayside or the softball field, if I don't follow the dog at the coffee spoon or at the cul-de-sac. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. It seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind the counter reading a book. Hey, Matt. Didn't expect to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Can't say I have. You looking for one? Can you describe them to me? Enormous. That pretty well covers it. Cool. If I find stray dogs dipping for food scraps out in the alley back sometimes, I'll be sure to keep an eye out. We head back to the car. I feel that the hours are growing short. We must make haste if we're going to find the Duchess by sundown. Damon's looking more stressed out by the minute. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. What kind of dog does a vampire have? Knock knock. How many gots does it take to screw? I don't know. I won't knock knock. Who's there? Death cult. Death cult who? Death cultivate more chipper attitude, friend. We're gonna find that dog. Aww. That was a bad joke, but aww. A slight smile cracks on Damien's lips. That's better. I keep reading Damien's instructions from the map as we drive around town. Cul-de-sac. We drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems to be pretty normal. It looks like Brian's doing some yard work. Pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Aside from your underwater lawn? Oh, here we go. See, this is why I avoided Brian, because he's trying to start shit. How dare you? I take my lawn care very seriously. Disaster, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? Well, a few hours ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's going to take forever to retill the soil. That could be a dog, or rather feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. It ate all of my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. So, I'm going to go back to the coffee spoon because Matt said that there may be a stray dog behind the dumpster behind his shop. We head back inside the coffee spoon. Hey, Matt. Guys, I think I may have seen that dog you were looking for. You did? A brown mastiff? Size of a house? Yeah, I saw it digging through the trash in the back. It ran away when I tried to get closer, though. Did you see what direction it ran in? Matt thinks for a second. Might have been running east, I think. Beppup tore through 3 pans of old right salad said banana bread. Want to take some for the road just in case? Sure thing. Matt packaged up a slice. Thanks for the slice, the road slice. This right said banana bread is going to be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog. Right. I meant it's going to be so good for the dog to eat. We can always come back for it, I mean. I feel like we're on the right track. You think? If we keep this up, we'll find the Duchess in no time. Hey, if you like dogs so much, why don't you have any? Lucien is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. But there are still dogs in my life, so for that I'm grateful. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let's not waste any more time. Verily. Okay, so they said east from the coffee spoon. So That I just came from a cul-de-sac, so that leaves the Bayside. So let's try the Bayside. It's not giving us the option to go back to the shelter, and I'm assuming I can't go back until I find the dog. Damien and I arrived back at the Bayside. Doesn't seem like anything has changed here. But Matt said the Duchess went east from the coffee spoon. I suppose we need to go not so east. So the cul-de-sac? We arrive at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal, except... Uh-oh, Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is classic Duchess Cordelia. A telltale sign we should approach with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step inside. They're sitting in the center of Hugo's living room like she owns the damn place, one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Oh, that's such a sweet... You're just such a sweet baby. And obviously a very huge dog. Well, they made all the dogs look pretty huge in this game, but I'm guessing they had to. Woof. It is woof. Well, she hasn't broken anything in here yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again and get out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. It's not going to be easy. I can tell this. I'm betting she's about to destroy the house. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien wearily. As he approaches, she begins to growl. She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Hand her a dog treat. Try this off. We'll give her the right said banana bread. I'll go with the banana bread. I reached in my pocket and pulled out the slice of right said banana bread Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in on the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread, if that's what you're into. The Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives me the bread a good sniff, before gently taking it from my hand, dropping on the ground, like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind the Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives her tugs on the leash. She won't move. Duchess, what happened to our report? You and I used to be bosom buddies. She still doesn't move. She's huge. There's no way you could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. We obviously are. What are you nerds doing? Is it his son? I bet it's his son. Ernest stands in the doorway with a plate of pizza rolls. Don't tell your dad about this. We're definitely not trespassing. What flavor pizza? What flavor are they? Pepperoni blast. Nice. Duchess notices Ernest starts pulling against the leash. Why is this dog in my house? It's so long. The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles towards Ernest. Look at the look her face. She looks so mean now. I bet she's going for the pizza rolls. I know she is. Ah! Did you drag him away? Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls. Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh. Hey. Oh, Hugo's home. Hugo stands at the door looking like he's at a loss for words.
Huh?
Why are you guys? Whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Boof. It's a big dog. She just went boof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia? How do you do? Borf. We're friends. The Duchess looks at Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out and we've been chasing her all around town. This was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? They want to keep her. Ernest, I don't know if we're set up to take care of,
Whoa.
Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look how cute she is. Hugo sighs. We had been talking about adopting a dog for a while. Okay, I want to pause real quick. I'm wondering why Hugo was so surprised about Ernest calling him Dad. Obviously, they don't get along too well, but it seems like his son may have never called him Dad before or stopped doing it for some reason when he started his rebellious stage. But yeah, they should adopt the dog. It's going to be good for them. We have to promise me you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. I still remember what's going on the back of this map and pull a pin out of my pocket. Got the forms ready for you if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we technically broke into your household. Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps into the porch with us and signs the form while Ernest plays with Duchess inside. He sure seems to be happy with his new friend. I know, he called me Dad. Can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this would be really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your doors, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but do right by her and she'll love you two forever. Thank you. And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Disaster, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Oh, yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back, and I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him, Mary, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna kill us? Is she gonna get Robert to come after us? What? I'm kind of curious about what she's gonna do to us. You can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole goth thing. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Seriously, what? Am I missing something here?
No.
I'm not a cool goth prince, I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses, don't you? This is just like me, to be honest. I mean, I'm all into the goth thing too, but yes, I have to wear glasses because contacts irritate the hell out of me. I would pretty much wear nothing but tennis shoes, flip-flops, and boots, and I literally only own 3 pairs of shoes. I mean, how are you boring? No one's boring for simple things like that, Damien. Come on. He looks so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of all the goth stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. It doesn't matter what it is, you care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Making my own peanut butter is kind of interesting. Then maybe we can be boring together. If that's a pickup line, it's one of the worst pickup lines I've ever heard, but it's adorable at the same time. It would never be boring if it was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me into a hug. He buries his face on my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and looks me in the eyes. Without the colored contacts, his eyes are so dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Okay, I'm just noticing his eyes. They kind of look the same to me. Of course, does a bat have wings? Thou art welcome. Verily, you may take upon yourself the... You know what? Just kiss me. Just kiss me. Let's forget the formalities. Let's not say anything. Just go ahead and kiss me. He smiles lightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes, of course. Yes. Damien and I arrive back at the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined like a proper gentleman. He walks me to my doorstep. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, Father. I was sitting here, on the couch, this entire time. Hi, Amanda. So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? Oh, plot twist. Mothman, Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming either. Genius. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Aw, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning? Sure thing. I make my way to my room and falls into my bed with my heart full, excited for the days to come. Is this the end of the game? Date complete. I still don't understand these little rankings on the side here.
I'm sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance. What? That's a band?
Yes, it's a band. It's called My Chemical Romance, not A Chemical. Okay. I mean, this was kind of an interesting date, but I'm not complaining because, hey, there were dogs involved, and I love dogs. So let's continue. Since there's a chance this may actually be the end of the game, let's just see how far we can go. Because according to my timer here, I am just over 30 minutes. I'm at 35 minutes. And I still don't really know how much more of the story there is. But I don't want to continue this video and make it like a couple hours long if it's going to be... If there's still maybe like an hour worth of recording left. If I don't want to extend it that far out. But let's just see what comes next if we're going to have to go out and see Damien again, or if it's going to continue with the actual story, if our daughter's going to go out to college, or if she graduates already. Let's just see how and where this goes for right now. Phew, I think I may have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Okay, so she got a car now. So obviously we've been here for quite a while. A couple months at least. Be cool, Disaster. Be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. What? No, you asked too many questions. Sorry, sweetie. It's the feds. The life of crime is finally catching up to you. I tried to send them in a different direction, but even I'm no match for the power and funding of the U.S. government. Well, if they think they're gonna take me alive, they got another thing coming. I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it filled my heart with glee. It was that party? I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal out of it, but... Aw, Daddy, I dramatically whipped the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops. No way! What'd I get her? You probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. What did I get her? What did I get her? A DVD box set of Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. This is all 19 seasons. Wow. That's a long TV series. Well, I know some TV series that are longer, but 19 seasons, who knows how many episodes are in one season? Usually it's like 15 to 25 or something, so yeah, that's a lot. And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this. Thank you. She gives me a big hug. I'm glad you like it. Where are you gonna put all that, though? That's a lot. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Totally. I follow Amanda to the back door. What? Oh, okay. All the dads are there, just appear out of nowhere. And they're all just there in our backyard to celebrate? You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here. Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. Yeah. Is that a mac and cheese bar? Sure is, fully customizable down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake, the good kind with the crunchies in the middle. I don't know what to say. I'd like to know how you get a mac and cheese bar, because I would love that. I didn't get anything for my graduation party. I just went to an anime convention, but a mac and cheese bar sounds amazing. Don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? I'm wondering, are the pals like all the other kids in the cul-de-sac? Are they her friends that she made up with? Or did she make new friends? Because it seems like the game is not going to expand on that, and I really wish it would. I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds and make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. Disaster, my dude. Oh, Pablo's here. Pablo, how's the shirt business going? My bud, I got men's shirts, I got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. Each one of them a fine quality, screen printed with the logo and visage of the world-renowned witch house outfit Vane can feel. Purchasable at most respectable retailers. More specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade apple butter. Never stop hustling, Pablo. Baby, you got, you got. Oh, Pablo. I walk over to Mary's having lively conversation with Amanda. We have a real fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold. Lowest belly rubs. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Miss Christensen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently at the animal shelter. Please tell me about the Afghan with 3 legs again. Sure, Quadro. We call him. He's one of the most. Is one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really interested, I could probably steal one for it. Really? Steal a dog for it? I mean, she has to go to the door. Steal a dog. Stealing is wrong, kids. Now, I can get you in to meet all of them. We always can use extra hands around the shelter. And if those extra hands also happen to steal a dog, I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. It really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. I'll be honest, I find it kind of weird that her friends are pretty much all the other parents here. And not the kids. Or maybe the kids are here and we just don't know it yet. Hey, Sailor, your kid's a good egg. Where's your goth prince? You two are usually attached to the hip these days. He's around. Stellar. Mary turns her attention to Amanda. It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college. Trust me, I did it plenty back in the day. At one point, I had 3 cats living in my dorm. I decided to leave them to it. She's giving us tips on how to sneak dogs into our dorm. All of a sudden, a huge dog leaks up into my arms. Duchess! Hugo and Ernest run up to me. Duchess gives my face a few broad licks and hops down. We're working on that. Got her in a disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit who runs where she may. I don't mind at all. Huh, looks like the 3 of you are getting along nicely.
Hey.
She's a valuable addition to the clan. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool. We'll deal with that later. Duchess Cordelia spots a squirrel and darts across the yard. Ernest follows her, laughing. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of the good dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking into my house, I guess. Anytime. No, not anytime. That's not good. Even if it's helping his son be a better kid. We can't just go break into his house every time his son misbehaves. Disaster. Brian, you made it. Huh, I don't pass up on good Mac. What do you think of the party? It's not bad. But you're gonna compare it to something else, aren't you? Just not bad? Because yours is better? Yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Please don't let him bait me. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Daisy trots up. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hey, Brian's daughter. See how that feels? This is a really great party. Thanks so much for inviting us. You're really welcome. You're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. See, this is why I avoided you, because I don't like you for trying to always one-up me. I bet if I tried to date you, it would either be the same or it would be different, but I don't even want to know. Hey, bro. Bro, this is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. I'm trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't let me get too wild. Don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Let's hit the gym sometime soon, huh? Sure thing, dude. Briar and Hazel peek out behind Craig. Hi, little ones. Hello. Hiya. Thank you for all the ice cream cake. Wait, girls, how much of that did you eat? Briar ate 4 pieces, ask any witness. No, I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and wants to pin on me because we look alike. I have your face. Nobody will ever believe you. I mean, you both look the same. All you have to do is, like, switch your hat around and button your shirt and you're the other one. Oh, boy. I'll let you guys figure this out. Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang again soon, yeah? Totally, tell Amanda congrats for us. Looks like you've settled into this neighborhood quite nicely. Literally, they're all just coming out one after one. I thought this video would be kind of short, but it looks like I'm pretty much at the end, so we're just gonna keep running and playing this game until it's over, because I get the feeling I'm right at the end, and after this party, I'm done. Yep, couldn't ask for a better cul-de-sac. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully we'll see you at more church events. We got a big schedule planned for the rest of the year. Sure thing, Joseph. And maybe if you aren't doing anything later, we could hang out sometime. That's a little suggestive, Joseph. I don't know if I like that. Sure, Joseph, that'd be great. Well, see you later. Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese. A perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Disaster. Thanks, Hugo. You know, I'm really pleased to see Amanda going to her dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Me too. That scholarship money will really help. Amanda walks by and pretends not to see you. Do you guys see her literally just zoom across the screen? Like, that was hilarious. I mean, she graduated. He's not your teacher anymore. Why are you so freaked out? Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Hey. Congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things at art school. Haha, yeah. Thanks. Amanda starts to back away. Wait, I just realized that you're not my teacher anymore, so I don't have to be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me. You're right. Go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Yeah, I'm gonna break anything I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Were you breaking stuff? Are you still mad about that time I gave you detention for breaking my globe? Nope.
Oh.
And I'll have you know that the globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place. Obviously, I'm a destructive parent, and Amanda adopted my ways. And I don't know if I should be proud of that or somewhat disappointed at the fact that she is just as destructive as I am, and especially when she goes off to college. She'll fit into college just fine. Hey. Hey. He looks kind of depressed. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. I wonder if going on the 2 other dates with Robert and Matt kind of affected the outcome too, or if they were just going to act like nothing happened. See you later.
Oh.
Hey, man. Matt. Let me know when Amanda leaves for college. I'll have a fresh batch of right sip banana bread ready for her. Thank you. I know she'll love that. Hey, Amanda's dad. Oh, it's Lucien. I turn and spot Lucien walking up to me. Yes, Lucien? Thanks for inviting me to your party. Anytime, bud. I know we had a rocky start, but I'm glad to know you. I hope you know how much your dad cares about you. Yeah. My dad's had a rough couple of years, and I know that it must not have been easy to raise me alone. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot, and it seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucy. That means a lot to me. Sure. And let me know if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometime. Give him a tattoo. Thanks for coming by, Lucien. See you around, Disaster. As the party continues to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch step. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Why? Not to be completely genuine about my feelings for once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy, but it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Dad, you've been there for me through everything. There's been times in my life where you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you, but I realized that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this, and I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. Don't cry. Don't cry. I swear to God, Disaster, if you cry again. You're the best, Dad. I love you. And I'm crying. I'm crying in front of all our friends and neighbors, Amanda's friends, who are technically just our neighbors and their kids. I'm crying in front of everybody. I've lost it. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time. Amanda hands me a tiny wrap package. I tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. It's us. Kind of stalking all our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? I figured we need at least one together before I leave. Amanda, thank you. Watching you grow up has been the happiest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock 'em dead, kid. Always do. Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Memories to make and stuff to break, right? Oh, I'm gonna break so much stuff. Intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably gonna have to pay for most of it. It would be my honor. Amanda hops up. Looks like someone's been waiting to talk to you. I glance over to the back of the yard where Damien's sitting on a bench beneath our cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. I'll leave you to it. Me and Emma's are going to get ice cream. Oh, so she did make up with the Emmas. I'm sorry, I really want to know what happened between all of them. Because that has me kind of curious. Like, exactly what caused them to make up and like, how did they make up? I'm so curious about what happened. Love you, Pops. Amanda runs off to join her friends. Oh, this is such a pretty scene. And we have a cherry blossom tree. That's beautiful. Our yard is beautiful. I take a seat next to Damien as the last guests make their way out of the party. Did you know in the Victorian era they were called a bunch of seedy boys? Seedy boys? What? Really? I'm kidding, Disaster. But what if? It's good to see you in your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Disaster, and I think it was largely due to your contributed influence upon me. There was a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show to you my true form, my information technology form. But what you said about me, about how my passion was what you truly admired, that embodied me to feel like myself, regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of myself, a three-dimensional human being with its own thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing the way that I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. I'm sorry if I am breezing through this and reading it fast. I am so sorry. But, it's a lot of text in this game to read, and since I'm just getting over a cold, I'm trying my hardest not to sniffle, so I probably sound weird too. I place my hand on Damien's and feel a light squeeze. Looking up, I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. I'm trying to be more comfortable with who I am rather than dwelling on who I could be to other people. I can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you realize that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Disaster, me too. I feel myself inching closer and closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face and I am shocked by how soft it is. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo? I hope that's not true. I keep running my hands through his hair as he leans closer to me, placing a hand on the side of my face. He strokes my cheek with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Damien pulls me in for a kiss, but I think I can make an exception for you. Oh, that was so sweet. Looks like our daughter made up with her friends. Everything's okay. And that is the end of the game. Wow. This really was the last video. I honestly expected maybe 3 or 4 more. Well, what else can I say besides thanks for watching this video, you guys. I mean, it was such a great... I actually enjoyed this game. It was good. I mean, there was a couple things I kind of wish they could have done differently. One being mainly they had included actual more stuff for the actual story involving our daughter. Like, at least just our relationship with our daughter instead of, like, with the dads. Because, like I said before, it seems like we spend a lot of time just wanting to go on dates. And at least 50% of the game seems like we're just going on dates. I do wish there was more of a story mode, but at the same time, I know that would make taken so much longer. But at the same time, it was nice. Penguin minigame, Dad Bab minigame, radio minigame, piano minigame. Okay, the rest of these minigames are obviously with other dates. But still, that was nice. I mean, this was a really nice game. I would definitely recommend it for anyone wanting to play. I would play again, and for the game only being $15 on Steam, I think it's definitely worth the price. If anything, I would say it's probably worth a little more, at least $20 to $25 instead of $15, because it was a pretty good game. I do love, like, the opening song and the ending song you're hearing in the credits right now. I did enjoy it. I mean, there's so much I enjoyed about this game. I mean, I did like the dads. Of course, there's my own preference on who I actually like compared to who I wanted to date and who I didn't want to date at the same time. And I do have personal reasons for why I didn't go with the other 4 dads. But still, this was a really great game. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is Disaster Caster, signing off.